Hello everyone. I'd like to spend a little time today and talk about sectioning, specifically as it's implemented in two applications, 3D Navigate and 3D Compose. I'd like to talk a little bit about computed contours and how they're useful in the system and how to activate them, as well as the number of ways we can position the plane in 3D space. So let's get right into it. First off, let's dive into the settings here. This the gear on the corner, and we can activate the computed contour capability. The reason it's not always on is it does add a little overhead and slows refresh rates, and we'll see that in a moment. We'll also set the units we want to work with when manipulating these planes. So let's go ahead and save these changes, and we can go ahead and activate the plane in whatever default view it's in. Initially, it's in the global Y we see here. But the most basic way we can move the plane, of course, is by positioning along one of the other axes, Z or X. I choose Z here because I'd like to also do a little aside on this contour. As you can see, the contour now shows up in a highlighted blue geometry, which is actual persistent geometry during the session. Now, this is useful because if we were, for example, go in and do a measurement here, we can actually grab this geometry at the section line and report it out for some benefit. Possibly you just want to grab an image of some things dimensionally inside the model at the section line. Just a quick and dirty way to be able to do that right here and grab that ad hoc information. Now beyond that, beyond the X, Y, and Z planes, we can also grab the triad that's always positioned and move the geometry around there as well by any of the 6 orientations. There's also a number of filters here, and the value of these filters is we can set what geometry we want to select when we grab the center of the triad and position it directly on the geometry. If we grab the triad here and let's say, for example, we position it right on the surface of the geometry, what the system will do is place the plane tangent to the surface. And we can move it as many times as we want. You can see as it reappears, we can grab it again and just move it around the design as we need to. This is really, I find this very handy way of positioning sections when you have a lot of oblique, non-orthogonal surfaces to work with. Of course, once we position the section, then we can move it as we're familiar with, either by the triad or by the classical way of grabbing the surface. Now, beyond just grabbing the surface, which of course allows us to move the plane normally, you'll notice the blue border around the outer edge of the plane that's identified. We can grab that and rotate around the axis that is parallel to the edge we've chosen. So just another quick and dirty way to reposition the plane in 3D space. You'll also notice we have a slide bar that appears whenever we click the plane. We can grab and drag to some dimensional distance from the default location. We can also type in a value as opposed to simply dragging the numbers along to get it into a new position as well. There's also a slider bar that's at the top that allows us to further control the position of the plane. In addition, there's a change we can make to that slider bar and just go to an incremental detail view. If we select that, the system gives us an increment which we can set. And once we set it, we can then go in and alter the position of the plane just by simply clicking up and down the increment distance. Okay. So with that, we can erase the plane. I hope that was useful information. If you ever start working with sections or have been working with them, maybe you've overlooked one of those methods. Hopefully this was useful information.